YouTube, it's Dakota, and I'm coming at y'all with a tutorial on buying your first rental property, and I have all the steps to buy your first rental property, all the definitions you need to know to secure your first deal, and hopefully refinance it with the bank so you can become a profitable real estate investor. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the purchase price. That is the price you get the property for. Then you got the rehab costs, your flooring, your kitchen, your electrician, your drywall people, your painters, all that stuff. Add all that up, and then you get your rehab costs, which I have this. It's $22,000 for your rehab costs, and then you got your new value created. See, you bought the property for $65,000. You put $22,000 in it, and now you have a new appraisal value of $150,000. So this is your new value created. So you can refinance 75% of $150,000. I'm moving a little fast, so you can refinance 75% of the new value created. So how you able to purchase this property is either through the bank, or you can do hard money lenders. If you know people, if you know investors, y'all come, y'all put your money together and y'all purchase a deal. So your refinance value is going to be affected if you take the loan out with the bank from the beginning. So what I recommend is purchasing through hard money lenders to where you can refinance with the banks, because if you take the initial loan out with the bank, your notes are going to be higher when you go to refinance it again, because you already took the loan out with the bank and you're going back to the bank and refinancing a new value, right? So what I recommend is working with hard money lenders, finding investors that just like putting their capital to work. You can find them, you can search for them online. They're all over, local groups, local Facebook groups, people that just like to put their money to work. They do have people that just like to put their money to work. They know the power of people, motivated people that's in the industry, so they just put their capital to work. Just find those hard money lenders. They will charge you a percentage on their money. So I recommend working with hard money lenders when you first starting out. So now you have the refinance value, you have $150,000 in new refinance value, so you all in $87,000 on the deal. So let's do 87,000. You all 87,000 is what you all in right now, either through hard money lenders or you purchase it through the bank. So you got 150,000 in value. Then you got minus your 87,000 that you're in with your rehab costs and your purchase price. So let's do that math right quick. So we got 8, 3. It should be 73. Yep, it's 73. So we got $73,000 profit on this deal just in the refinance. That's why I recommend refinancing your deals. The rent price is what the bank's gonna base their loan off of. So once you have a renter, 6 months later you can refinance the deal. So I recommend getting as much done in the renovations to where you can get the most out your deal. So we have this example right here. So the renter's paying, for example, you paying $1,400 times 12. So you have yearly net operating income, your NOI. Keep that in mind, net operating income. This is your yearly income on this property. So you got $16,800 on your yearly property income, your net operating income, and you got your taxes on the property. which most states, it varies on your state where you purchase the property, and whatever county or parish you're in if you're in Louisiana. So we have a 7% overall tax rate on net operating income in Louisiana. So I did 16,800 times 0.07, and we left with $1,176. So not even a month of rent, and you put that aside per month, right? So now what we're looking at is your mortgage, right? You got a mortgage on this new value. So you got a mortgage on this $150,000, which your notes with the bank will be roughly $650. You have $200 in insurance, so you left with $850, but you're profiting $1,400. Hope y'all still with me. So you're profiting $1,400 minus your $850 in expenses. So you're left with, let's do this. 1, 10, 5, 0, 13 minus 8, 750. So your net cash flow is $750 on this deal. What people are doing is what I recommend you doing is if you have this liquid in the bank, if you have that $65,000 liquid in the bank, you can cash flow that whole $1,400, right? You don't have to burr the deal. Only if you see another deal. Don't rush to burr. Don't rush to refinance a deal because you need the money or something. Only refinance it if you have another good deal in the works. So now your purchase price, we're gonna go over this again. You have your purchase price is $65,000. Whatever property you're looking at, this is what you pay for, $65,000. Like I said, this is just an example. You have your renovation costs, you have your rehab costs, you got your electrician, your drywall people, your painters, your floor people, all that good stuff. Kitchen, appliances, all that, $22,000. You have your new value created. So the new value of the property is $150,000. You have your refinance value is $150,000 as well. So you got your rent price is $1,400 times 12 months, and then you have your yearly net operating income, which is also known as the NOI, which is left with $16,800, which is your yearly net operating income. You have taxes that you have to put aside for whatever parish or whatever county you in. So in my specific parish, we have a 7% tax income on rental income. So anything passive dealing with rental properties, you pay 7% yearly on your net operating income. Whatever your net operating income is what you pay 7% of the taxes on. So I did 16,800 times 0.07, and I was left with 1,176. So what I have here is I added the purchase price and I added the rehab cost. I was left with 87,000. I did the new value created, so I did 150,000 minus the rehab cost and purchase price, and we left with $73,000 profit on this deal. So figuring out your cash flow if you're gonna refinance it with the bank, if you're dealing with the bank. So you got 150,000 in new income, right? You have 650 is your mortgage per month. You have your insurance is 200. Then you got your total for the insurance and the mortgage is 850, and then you're left with your rental income, which is $1,400 a month. So you got $1,400 minus your mortgage and insurance. So you got $1,400 minus $850, and you're left with $750 cash flow. So you can refinance the $73,000. You can refinance the $73,000 and still cash flow $750 on the deal. I hope y'all was following me. If you have any more questions about anything that I just talked about, I'll be gladly to run it with you. sharpen up your skills, because the more I talk about it, the more I sharpen up my skills. So if you have any questions, just let me know. I can do a one-on-one class with you. If anything you have problems with, just let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, man. I just wanted to come on here and drop a quick video for y'all. I had some free time on my hands, so yeah, I'm out.